host of Beatle Brunch. Welcome to the Beatle Brunch studio here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where we produce the show. And I've got a cool little story for you, but first of all, I want to congratulate Paul McCartney on his first #1 album in 36 years. Yeah, it was this week that Egypt Station became #1. Now, Paul McCartney's last #1 album was in 1982 when he had Tug of War. I don't actually have the album, I have the CD in this case. So this is a terrific CD. It has the Stevie Wonder track and some other work on it, so it's fantastic. So now Paul has come back to the #1 spot with his new album, Egypt Station, which is really terrific. If you've seen the album, you know that it has... Wait a minute, what's George doing on the cover? Oh, you know what this is? This is from 1982. This is George Harrison's Gone Troppo. This is Paul's Egypt Station. As you can see, a totally different CD album, as you can see. So, but congratulations to Sir Paul McCartney with his first #1 in 36 years. Well-deserved. Good job, Brother Paul. Nice way to go. So the cool thing about the story I was going to tell you is Paul McCartney agreed to an interview with me in 2005. It was also this week in 2005. I went to Tampa to interview him. And that was the night that he fell. The piano opened up the stage and he fell into the piano pit. I was there that night. Luckily, he didn't get hurt. But the cool thing about that show is I went up there to interview him about his new CD, Chaos and Creation, in the backyard. And they sent me an advance copy, but they put Pete Mitchell on there because this is before really the internet. And they didn't want anyone to steal it if it said, Paul McCartney. So this was my promo copy of Pete Mitchell's Chaos and Creation in the backyard. I guess it's not a name like when the Paul is Dead thing was going on. He was certainly alive on that album. But I went to Tampa to meet Paul McCartney and do about a 21-minute interview. It was amazing. I was running through the parking lot with my mini disc player, and I was all set to do the interview and get into this room. It's Paul McCartney, and it's his publicist. It's the photographer, Bill Bernstein, and it's also the videographer, who I don't know. And I turned this on, and I had practiced with it all day. I put batteries in it. I tested 1, 2, 3, and listened back. And I go to do the recording with Paul, and the mini disc player won't come on. And he looks at me and he goes, I guess your recorder's not working. And I'm freaking out. What am I going to do? Am I just going to pretend it's working? Am I going to ask the video guy to give me his sound? So like anybody else would do, I just punched it on the side with my fist and it started working. So thankfully, that was a happy ending. And this is the actual mini disc from that day. As you can see, it's carefully labeled and put into a package here. So this is the actual mini disc. This is a copy of a CD that I made of the interview just in case I ever lost it. So the cool thing about the interview, it was just me and Paul. Anybody that was with me or any other fans or any other press had to leave. It was like this little tent backstage. And it was the publicist, me, the photographer, videographer. And Bill Bernstein offered to take, or he did take a few pictures for me. This is one of them. You can see Paul McCartney and me in 2005 sitting on this couch. And what Paul does is he travels with all the same furniture, so I'm guessing so that he doesn't end up sitting on something that looks like leather. He has a whole thing about being kind to animals. So he travels with his whole setup, and he brings it to all of the cities. And the cool thing about this picture is when we finished the interview, Paul got up and left, the publicist left, the photographer left, the videographer left, and I was just there by myself wondering, what do I do next? But Paul left his bottle of Zephyr Hills water. So I'm the only one in the tent at that time. So I said, well, I'll just take the bottle of water. You never know. So I get home and I'm talking to a friend of mine, which I'm not going to name, but you can text me if you want to know who it is. He asked me, hey, did you get an autograph? Did you get it? I said, I can't. When you're there for press, you can't become a fan with an autograph. So, but I did get you the Zephyr Hills water bottle, and you're welcome to have it. You can see it has like a little bit of water in it. And so what he did, and I went to his house a couple months later, and he had a frame built on the wall, and he had the Zephyr Hills water bottle sitting there, and he had this picture of Paul McCartney with that. So, told a couple of stories today. I hope you enjoy the new Paul Mitchell album, which is Egypt Station. Hold on. Egypt Station. So, don't forget, Beatle Brunch online. You can be a Beatle Brunch member and listen to the show a day early with bonus tracks, commercial free. Go to brunchradio.com. Join the Beatle Brunch Club. We'd love to have you on board. Okay, that's me. That's the show. Thanks a lot for listening, and I hope to see you soon.